every day we need reassurance that we're making healthy choices for ourselves and for our families. Fortunately, with the natural goodness of the Freshpak range, you know you're doing just that. Joining us in the garden today is Expresso morning show presenter Ewan Strydom, who last year became the proud father of his second baby boy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the loft,
Hi,
Ewan.
Bonnie. Thank you.
Such a pleasure to have you here always.
Lovely.
How's the baby boy?
Baby boy and other baby boy, they're both doing well. They're both doing really well. Obviously just coming through a nice little winter run now, you know. Finally summer's around the corner, you know, every parent, they battle with illnesses and that kind of stuff. But they're champs, they're champs.
So just when you thought you guys were going to be able to catch up on your lost sleep, you had to sacrifice more sleep.
You know, so the cookie crumbles, So the cookie crumbles. But I must be honest, my youngest, we have been through our sleep battles, I won't lie, but he's actually coming around nicely now. We got stuck into some sleep training methods, and it seemed to have worked pretty well.
Oh, so, that's amazing.
We're getting some sleep, which is amazing.
Awesome. Now, I know that a household with two boys can become hectic, and to keep them out of mischief is a challenge. Ideally, you don't want to revert to video games and tablets, but rather keep them occupied with stimulating physical activities, preferably outside. But we asked DIY expert Karin Cronje from Hands On Creative Building to create a play shelter for Ewan's boys in their garden as a fun activity for the whole family. Let's go take a look.
You know, if there's one thing I absolutely encourage my kids to do, that would be to play outside. I don't think kids play enough, and they really need to get outside and just enjoy nature a little bit more. So I'm very happy to have Karin with me today to build a little play structure for my boys. Karin, lovely to have you. What are we doing?
Ewan, I think what we're doing is we're going to build a teepee, actually what we refer to as a hideout from you, the parents. It's a mobile structure, so it's very easy to put together, very easy to take down. So if the boys are tired of playing it or hiding away from you, you can take it down, wrap it in one single piece, put it in the garage.
All right, well, I absolutely love that. I will be your #1 assistant. I'm at your disposal. As for Kian, I'm not so sure because he'll probably just want to play the whole time.
I think that's #1 assistant, sorry.
Okay, fine. Position's been filled, I guess.
You can use any material, cloth or canvas. I use the size of approximately 5 meters by 2 meters long. The idea is to put a pole in the center. I used bamboo, but you can also use cheaper PVC plumbing pipe. Put the first pole in the center of your material, the second one in a triangle crossing over at the top, and then your third one, the same position, just on the other side. Now we need to cut the cloth in order to form the teepee semicircle at the bottom. In order to do this, the first step would be to take a piece of timber with a nail or a screw into it, a piece of string attached, and at the other end we're going to tie a pencil or a piece of crayon to draw the semicircle that we're going to cut. On the other end, measure as long as your bamboo stick is, then pull the string quite tight so you can have a grip to draw the circle. After you've drawn the circle, you can take a pair of scissors and just cut on your line that you've drawn.
So we're well on our way to putting together the structure now. So Karin, what's the next step?
The next step is to measure about 40 centimeters from the top of the pole. We're going to drill a hole. More or less 20 millimeters is what I use, depending on the thickness of your thread or the rope you're going to use. Then once we've drilled the hole, we are going to thread the rope through all the poles, but we need to make a knot in between. So first tie a knot, then put your thread through the holes in the pole, make another knot until you've done all 6 poles. Then we're ready to put it up. Once the structure is in position, we wrap the remainder of the rope around the 6 poles to tighten it together. Make a big knot in it, pull it together, and it's nice and sturdy. The next step is to take the cloth and wrap it around. We're going to take nappy pins and wrap the material around the pole. Start from the bottom and work your way to the top. Once you've tied all the pins, take a piece of blue ribbon and tie it to the top. That's just to neaten the whole structure and to add a bit of color.
There we go, guys. Got you some tea. Kian, for you. Thank you. Karin, thank you very much. This was such an awesome process. We had a lot of fun.
Thank you. I think the kids are really going to enjoy this one.
I think he's enjoying it already, but I might just, you know, steal it for myself, just for a little bit. Eh? Won't be a problem, would it?
No, not at all. Cheers.
Wow, that looked like so much fun. How are the boys enjoying their shelter?
Oh, it was a blast, eh? We had so much fun. They are loving it. They are loving it. I don't know what it is about these little structures, you know, that boys just love. But I mean, I can only remember from when I was a kid, you know, I was a farm boy and I was forever looking for a kind of a shelter, or, you know, I built my own little things to climb into and play with, you know, tents, in the trees, whatever I could find. So they're absolutely loving it. And it's such a great, I think, way for them just to get outside and be active a little bit, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, it looks like such a fun activity for the entire family. I mean, you're a busy man. How do you balance the traveling, the working, and also putting in quality time with your wife and your children?
I won't lie, it's a tough one.
Right?
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
It really is a tough one. I'll know you as a mother as well. You
never really nail it. It's like a day at a time thing.
Yeah, you kind of manage it, I guess. You know, but it's all about management, and it's all about how you look at the bigger picture, I guess. And yes, we need to stay busy. We need to stay active. We need to do what we need to do, work-wise, to support our families. But I don't think you should never forget that you actually have a family at home. You know, so wherever I can, I try and just spend time with them. You know, do something fun over the weekends. You know, I try to keep my weekends fairly open and flexible so I can just spend some quality time with them. And it doesn't have to be anything significant, you know. It could be literally just being around the house with the kids, or just going for a walk on the beach with the dogs, you know, something fun. So, just the time spent is very important.
Yeah. Now, anyone who knows you knows that you're one of the healthiest and fittest people that they've ever met. How do you keep so healthy in body and mind?
Look, once again, I think it's a balance, and I fully believe that you can't have a healthy body without a healthy mind, and vice versa as well. You need to constantly work on keeping both aspects pretty healthy, and I mean, it's an ongoing battle. You can't get it right all the time. It really is. I mean, I'm not going to say like I'm always healthy and I'm always on top of my game. You know, I'm not. You know, it's something that you work on day by day. But I think what I do manage to try and do is to literally make it part of my lifestyle, is to make it who I am, you know, focus on being healthy, focusing on exercising regularly, you know, and incorporate that as into your life. I think that's the only way to go about it, because like you said, we are very, very busy, and if you look at how busy you are, you're going to take the first chance you get to relax or to try and relax, you know. But instead, if you feel like that, I mean, I will still go train, I will still go to the gym and do my thing, and to second that, I will literally just try and eat as healthy as I possibly can.
Well, that's incredible commitment. And that's also one of the biggest lessons that you can pass on to your children. How do you model this healthy lifestyle to your boys?
Sure. I'm sure you would agree when I say that you can have your kids and you can sit them down and you can talk to them up until you're blue in the face. It's not really going to do anything. I believe you lead by example. As a parent, you need to do things, and they will look at you and they will watch you. They're very clever. They're very clever. This is the one thing I've realized. You know, they pick up on things that you don't normally think.
And listen to everything
all the time. So for me, it's all about leading by example. Once again, you know, within how I go about my day, how I talk to people, how I keep myself in check. You know, how I keep active as well. You know, so I try to model those things to my kids, and obviously bringing it back to my household when it comes to, you know, eating healthy. I try to incorporate that. You know, what we eat, they eat. That's very important. Also, you know, kids love sugar. You know, I really try and avoid, you know, giving them too much sugar. So when it comes to their beverages, I don't give them fizzy drinks. I don't drink fizzy drinks myself, you know, at all. Amazing. You know, now and then I'll have a little one or so, but as a general rule, I don't really like to keep it. Lots of water, and obviously for me, I try to have my coffees and stuff, you know. But for them, obviously, I'm not going to give the kids coffee. But so a good rooibos tea is always a favorite. You know, I grew up with it as well. I mean, for them it's perfect. It's naturally sweet. It's got all the antioxidants that they need for a healthy body as well, and it's also stimulant free. So for kids, it's absolutely perfect. So that's my go-to stuff. You know, that I try and just kind of incorporate in my household.
Yeah, it's so funny when you say you grew up with rooibos. I actually remember every time I'd smell my plastic sippy cup when I was a baby, it smelled like rooibos, and rooibos always then reminded me of home. Like home time, family time.
Who can forget that plastic sippy cup?
Right? Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you, guys.
It was lovely
amazing
to have you.
Thank you.
Freshpak Rooibos is all about choosing the healthy way. With Freshpak Junior, moms and dads can be assured that the kids will enjoy all the beneficial antioxidants, no caffeine, and of course the natural goodness of Freshpak Rooibos. And it's delicious served hot or cold. If you'd like to win a Freshpak hamper of selected teas, SMS the keyword Freshpak, your name and city to 33728 now. SMSs cost R1.50, T's and C's apply, and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. Until next week, keep yourself and your family happy, healthy, and enjoying life with the natural goodness of Freshpak Rooibos.